I'm going to be making a chicken feast. I have some potatoes, which I'm going to mash. I have some chicken stuffing mix. And some canned vegetables, some chicken broth. I like chickens. I'm going to do both of them because I could eat one of these very easily in a short amount of time, and I'm not going to be the only one eating, so chicken feast. And I don't have any twine or anything, so I just cut them in holes and put them through. But I'm going to make some butter here, mixed with herbs, and I'm going to use that to coat the chickens. So I'm just going to throw in some black pepper, some garlic powder, and of course I just do this taste, some sage, and this poultry seasoning mix, and some salt. This is unsalted butter. Okay, I'm just going to mix these together here. Okay, it's mixed together really well. And I'm just going to coat all around the outside of the chicken and up along the inside of the skin where the breasts are. They're now a coated, buttery mess. And I'm going to put them in the oven about 425, actually. I want them to get nice and crispy. Chickens are in there. I'm going to let this go for about 40 minutes and then I'll check on them. I'm going to heat up the potatoes here and get them boiling. I have never had this before. There's no wheat in it. It's gluten-free, so I'll see what it's like. I have my homemade broth that I'm going to use, or stock or something, whatever that I'm going to use. I actually heard, I guess it's broth and then you reduce it in stock, whatever, something. But anyway, I don't really care about that stuff. It's supposedly wheat-free and everything, so I'm going to try it out. It says to use water instead of this, but I'm going to use this. I think it'll make it better. And I'm also going to, I wish I had carrots. I didn't get any carrots. I chop up some carrots and mix them with those, but I chopped up these onions and I'm going to fry these and then add them to these, but I'm going to cook them first, so I'm going to do that. I'm just frying up the onions here. The potatoes are boiling, and I have this ready to go for me to put this stuff in when it's ready. So I'm going to boil these after I get the onions out of there. Now that the chicken has been in there for about 40 minutes or so, I'm going to take more of what's left of the butter mix and put it on the top again. Okay, put some more of that on there. It's already melted. And I'm going to push it back in. I'm going to check on it in 20 more minutes. The onions in here all cooked how I like it. And I'm going to pour broth in the pan to heat up and add a stick of butter since I'm using 2 boxes. Okay, this has come to a boil, so I can just take this off and pour this in here and leave it up, it says, and let it sit. I'll just stir this here. It says not to over stir it. Let it sit now. It is all ready, so I'm going to go ahead and drain these and then put them back in here. Okay, my potatoes are still nice and hot. I'm going to add a can of evaporated milk and just get to mashing them here. And now we'll add a bunch of salt here because I like mine a little salty. And throw in some butter and mix that together. Now I have beautiful mashed potatoes. Now I'm going to heat up my vegetables. I'm just going to plop them in this pan here and heat them up with a little bit of butter. Okay, here, I think they might be ready. me take one out here and test it. This is sort of what it says here. Oh, it's still not ready yet. So I'm going to go ahead and pour more butter on and put them back in for another 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and test the temperature again. Let's say this one is done. The other one's going to take a few more minutes. So I'm going to let this one sit here and rest, and then I'm going to take a lot of the drippings here, and I'm going to mix them with the rest of my broth here. And I'm going to add gravy. This fatty grease in here, I'm going to go ahead and add my broth from before. I'm just going to heat this up. I'm going to have some starch and cold water here mixed together. Just going to wait here until I pour this in here. Just waiting for it to heat up here. Okay, I'm going to add this here. Just whisk together until it becomes a gravy. And see, that is kind of how I want it. Here's the feast. Salad. Okay, here we go. Delicious little feast here. And it is really good. My chicken's really, really tender. We have to pick up the drumstick and it fell apart, so, So it's gonna be, it's really good. It's a great celebration. Roast chicken's very good.